Awesome. Okay, today we're talking a little bit about what you call bunkai. Some people have a misconception of what bunkai means. You know, they think it's the application of kata. Actually, it's not. The word bunkai means to disassemble. And the characters mean to disassemble, to make an analysis. So it means you're making an analysis of a movement. Now, Shorin Kempo is more based on what they call tode, which is called the Chinese hand, or what you would call kung fu. Okay, so in Japanese they call it tode. So tode was the first systems that came across into the islands of Okinawa. Now, when you look at the principles and the movements of tode, it's very close to kung fu, and you can see where it's adapted into karate. For example, uchiyoki, if you're doing uchiyoki, or if you're doing it in the older system, it's almost the same. The hand circles up. In the old kung fu styles, they would come up like this, but it almost is the same movement. It would come up into the stance. Most times you come back into kokutsudachi. So for instance, the way it's used, because in the old days, tode was not for kata or competition, it was actually just purely self-defense. So the movements taught about that. Somewhere along the line things got lost. For instance, the block. If someone attacks you with a knife or a punch or a grab, you shouldn't have to change your movement. Otherwise you're not going to have an automatic reflex. And if you turn your block out and he's got a knife, you're giving all your arteries to your hand. So the weapon system needs to be different. It needs to come up where you've protected that. You get cut here, it's going to hurt, but it's not life-threatening. But on the inside, it's life-threatening. So in the Shorin, when we're doing a blocking, for instance, if I was doing what you would call class now as uchiyoki, in our system it would come up there. So instead of doing this, it's doing that. The movement from here, some people say, oh, you move first. No, you don't have that time to move first. And if I move first, he's going to move. Okay? So what happens is the movement is triggered from here. So this needs to come across, and it needs to rise so that when it reaches the head, it's outside of the cycle of my head. That means, grab, I'm here. Okay? So if I did it, 1. You see? 1. So it's you have that movement here. Then it turns at the end. But it doesn't turn here. Because if you had a knife, I'm cut. Or I'm going to get an elbow. It turns at the end here. So 1, 2. If I want to add sabake, okay, slow motion, very easy. It's 1 here, pull down a little bit, and you just drop a little bit. This slides forward, straight line, slide, lock. Take this foot in line with this leg. Don't go past it. You go past, he's got advantage on weight. You just get to here, then swing that back leg around. Okay, so that's how you would add sabaki into it. So when you're doing your tode, what they tode here, and the old blocks, when you do the old blocks, as you move, there, you should feel this, not this. You hit a piece of wood like that, you know, when you're going to start injury. It's like that. It'll slide up and move in. Move in, start. Now, another advantage is 1 through here. As you move back, normally I come back to what you call kukutsudachi. Okay, we don't use a long kukutsu like in some styles. Our kukutsu is just there. Reason being is this. Okay, so we turn around. If I'm standing, I move off. I move the weight to here. I go straight up. If I'm too far back, if I've moved too far back, and that happens. I stay close. Okay, so very simple. 1 to here, boom. Okay, now you have the equivalent of this uki, churanuki, yodanuki. Instead of doing this, the speed needs to be quick. Naturally, you're going to do this. That's natural for us. That's what it was. You see? That's all it was. Huh? Yeah. And the same principle. You can come up on the inside. You can come up on. You can come up on the inside. Okay. So all you do is tap. You don't tap here because he keeps his motion moving forward. You tap here. If he misses this, it's his own fault. It doesn't matter. You tap and go into Hokutsu. Okay, into this guy. Same principles in boxing. You don't have to change anything. Okay? So what I'm saying is to practice, let's say he's standing like that, to practice and he's pushing the shoulders, okay? You can go like this. 1, just tap. 1. Go quick. 1. 1. 1. And it's just natural to do this. You see? It's just natural. And I don't go swoop back here because I might want to do something. From here, up. Okay, it's just natural. Just tap first, block. Tap, block. Move. Boom. There's so many things from it. And it's natural. When you're too slow, whoop, you just make mistakes just like that. 1. Okay, so when you look at the line here of the head and the body, the uchi movement is similar to the old kung fu style like this. The uchi movement's the same. Just slight, and 6 inches here, and a slight movement of the back gives you this much dodge at the top. Okay, so it's just like that. Okay, just there. 1. And so when this hand comes up, it's like this. That's it. It can come down on the head, or it can move into sabaki. Okay, so it can go 1, all the way to here. This hand is already here. Sabaki, or here. Okay, so the movement up. This guard here, just like that. Out and back. Or out and kick. Or out and sabaki. No change. Okay, so if we're standing this way and we're going to do the movement from here, this is all it is. Not too much. Not too much. Just small step. Each. And the speed. Each. Or back into guard. Or back into guard. Don't change anything. The same principle is adding wichi, or if you do this one onto the inside. Same principle. From here, same principle. You stand just about there so you can see. Or lock into the throat or into the eye. But the movement is not here. Look. It doesn't work. It has to be natural. When someone goes to hit you, what do? You do this. So the movement's natural. 1. Second movement is triggered from the natural movement. And a third should be part of the second. Anything more than 3 moves, very hard to get muscle in. So it's like this. 1 triggers this. Not like this. Don't work. Okay. do it slow. One time. See? The reason I have to do this is if I don't, and he moves a slight, I miss. But here, so when this happens, slight movement, slight line, direct line. Exactly same as this. Okay? Same here. Okay? Tap first. Just, you want to carry him, he's moving forward, bam. No change. Same principle. All moving from the same principle. Okay? So there's the parry, and there's the block. Hardly any difference in it. So when you're in your guard and self-defense, first rule, don't give them anything, because he could be holding a knife on the inside of his hand and you don't even see it. He's holding it like that. And you go and do a block like this, and he cuts. 30 seconds, you're going to start bleeding out really heavy. Okay, so if something like that happens, this is the safest way. Hand to you, you're safe. After contact is made, you're okay. But before contact's made, to do this is very dangerous. Okay? So contact made, you can turn because you want to do something. Right? Contact made, contact made, catch. Contact made, sabaki. Contact made, kick. Okay, and not like this. Yeah. There's your agioki. There's the old method of agioki. It's just like that. This hand comes up because it's going to be used. It's not from here, like the old, the classical one. This hand is here. Okay? And don't slap it. Slide. Slide and go. Control it. Okay? So that's what they call the tode uki, the technique for blocking in the old Chinese hand, they call it. In Japanese, tode. Okay?